Okay, so now I understand. Sorry, Marcus, I'll toss it right to you, but like we tell women that they choose wrong all the time when they're choosing these bad men or the men who are funky or like the dream dealers, right? Can we say that those men are choosing wrong? That they're choosing women who are faking the funk and selling the dream instead of actually being the woman that she's portraying herself to be?
I would say that's sometimes true, but I don't know which show of mine that I chose that I cited this, where I said, we know women have tried, that was actually today. Women have tried to blur the lines between hoes and respectable marriageable women through the over sexualized culture and through what's professional and casual. So if men use the traditional means of choosing a woman, he could still fall victim to what I'm saying. I think maybe 50-50. Men definitely do choose wrong, but we're actually choosing attractive options that I believe our fathers would choose. Women from good homes, women with degrees. Those are the women men actually want more. We're choosing these women and still falling victim to the bad circumstances.
Y'all like women with degrees because y'all said that you don't.
Who said that?
The
Yeah, no, start this.
Are y'all trying to misconstrue
internet.
everything?
I got you, Mike. I got you. So the internet has never said that. Let's be honest.
They
right?
don't like that. They don't like you to move forward with your degrees. We don't care about your degrees. To not care about your degrees.
No.
ahead,
Men have not said that. Men have said
No, you may have never heard them say that. I have heard them say that.
But this is the context they say it in. They say it as stop leveraging it in the relationship as if it means something in the relationship.
It does.
They
If
get
you're
mad-
looking for
no,
if she,
no,
listen,
no.
what I'm saying to you is, let me just say this. If it doesn't mean anything, okay, so if I'm choosing you and I'm telling you that I want you and I like the fact that you have a degree, it means something for me to choose you, right? It may not have leverage in a conversation, meaning you're not going to get brownie points for a perk, but that means it means something.
So, okay. So it meaning something in terms of the goals that you set of what you guys want to do within the relationship, yes. And as a woman, if you have to work, it opens up opportunities in terms of supplementing education for your children. It's a great asset. If he's a man who navigates in certain networks, you have that. Yes, in terms of the functionality of day to day, it has value. But in terms of a man having conversations with a woman as two people in a relationship, that's not leverage. And that's what men are saying. Men are saying stop using your degree as if it's going to be a trump card in an argument. Stop using your degree as if it makes you some sort of value in terms of me and you working together.
That's not so most times when we're in these conversations, we're not even talking about commitment. We're just talking about the dinner table, the first date on a
right.
We're not even commitment.
No, but here's the thing, Shan, even with that, right? Like women will say, well, I have a degree, right? Great. As if that's some sort of like that sets you out from the crowd. Black women are very educated. Most of them have degrees. So how does pardon? A lot of them, right? Like there are high numbers of them that have degrees. It doesn't set you apart. And men are saying like that's not when I'm looking for a partner, that's not like the short list. It doesn't hit that. Now, once you pass the short list, great. It's an asset in terms of what we're trying to do. But in terms of like the qualifying short list, men are saying that does not matter, right? What are the three that men keep talking about? Fit, feminine, friendly. Right? Your degree has nothing to do with those things. And men are saying, stop trying to use your degree to trump these things, right? I think as women, we sometimes hear it wrong because we want to say, well, look, I have these other like attributes that you're not looking at. They're saying it's not, we're not looking at it. Those are not the priority.
So Sean said, yes, it does not matter to me.
But Sean's a known troll. I don't know why you picked him out.
No, what I'm saying to you,
shout out to Sean.
We've had a whole conversation, a whole show about it. I mean, before you came.
I kind of think too. I think it matters to us because there's a sense of accomplishment things that we've done. And like, I think a lot of times for us, it matters to us when we're choosing a mate. We're like, okay, we want them to be college educated or what have you. But I really think that what that boils down to is we want them to be intelligent. You don't necessarily need to have a degree to be intelligent. And I think that's kind of what the men are saying. Like, okay, yeah, you have a degree, but when I look at the heart of what I want my relationship to be, being in relation with someone, that degree does not filter into my relation with the person that I'm with. So I think the degree a lot of times is kind of like what Inai said. When we go through our checklist of things that we have to offer as a mate, we're like, okay, I have a degree, I work at this job, I got all of those things. But what they're looking at is, how is that going to apply to my relation with you? And a degree doesn't necessarily do that. Is your character. It's, who you are, what makes you who you are. And your degree doesn't make you who you are.
So let me just say this. I understand what you're saying. When you're at a dinner table, you should not move with your degree, because men want other things. Absolutely. I'm not saying that, hands down. What I'm saying to you is, there are people on the internet who literally talk bad about people with degrees. Do y'all not hear that? So, am I the only person who? No. I know what you're saying, Inaz, but
I've heard it.
Seen it on the show. What are we talking about here?
Right. So I'm not saying that they're not using those words, but there's context behind when they're saying it and how they're saying it. And I think that's the part that some women are missing, right? Because when we have these back and forth of like, well, I have pride in my degree, and so it should mean something, or here are the ways in which
nobody ever says that.
Hang on, because women will justify their degrees for bad behavior. Women will justify having their degrees for certain conduct. Women will justify their degrees in the ways in which they disrespect their partner. So when women get combative about it, that's when men will get very forceful and say, I don't care. No, I want to hear nothing about your degree, right? Because it's just, we're not able to dialogue anymore. So they're like, forget it. Let's just take the whole thing off the table. How many times have you seen a man get frustrated in that way with other things and just be like, we can't talk about it? Fine. F it. We're done. We're done talking.
Listen, and it's not even to women. I've heard them down men with degrees. I've heard them down with degree. I had a whole conversation that took an hour when I told we should have more doctors. Like, it was a whole spiel. Like, y'all don't even understand. The She Critique has been going on since April. We've had these conversations up to this point where people have come up here bashing both men and women with degrees.
I think you be taking that out of context, because I think they were saying that men who don't have those degrees or who aren't doctors can also make money and need to be respected as men. And I think what you do when it comes to education, maybe because you work in education, it's like when you get a new truck. You see that truck all over the place now. And for whatever reason, everybody got that truck in your mind because you have it and that you're hyper focused on that. It's just an aspect. And I think the nuance of it, you just like, why y'all always talk about degrees? This is a plus. But it's a nuance. I think the lens you're looking through.
Wrong. That's just, when I hear it, I'm like, why would we talk bad about that if it's supposed to be a good, I don't.
And having a degree is a good thing. Nobody's saying it's a bad thing.
I think
maybe not describe the purpose.